I'd like to introduce Connie Marlow, who's going to give a broad perspective of what happens from her vision when this imbalance between man-made law and natural law takes place. And the title of Connie's talk is A Mother's Look at Human Nature and Man-Made Law. Connie Marlow, an observer of human nature for her 54 years of living on this planet within the systems of expectation of the modern Western world, has been a Valley resident for 25 years. A mother for 20 years, Connie has actively and publicly pursued innovative approaches to child rearing, and educational practices in this valley. She co-founded Parents for Choice in Education in 1994, which developed a respect-based foundation for the community. The Aspen model was called, from a series of public forums on education such as this one. In 1991, she formed Friends of the Earth People with a mission of bringing what she considers to be the most important missing information to the prevailing belief systems. Connie has a BA in economics with honors from UC Berkeley. She is a photographer and writer. Her books of photographs, Greatest Mountain, Katahdin's Wilderness, was published in 1972 and again in 1999. She currently has 2 photographic exhibitions touring the United States and Mexico. Her children are Allie 20, Concy 18, and Johnny 14. She is looking forward to peace on earth. Connie Marlow.
Thank you, Scott. Yes, I've been an observer of human nature for 54 years. That's how old I am. And I, as a human on this planet, am trying to fit in to a culture that has certain expectations of me that I found inappropriate most of my life. I have walked my own path through that life. And as I became a mother and I made a commitment to the hearts and spirits of my children, I found that I had to take my children and I had to walk a path that was outside of the expectations of this culture. And this comes from an understanding that I've developed from living with Native people. The Native people of this land have a heart-based philosophy and way of life and understanding of the true nature of the universe, in my opinion. And what I've discovered is that human nature and these workings of the universe, these natural laws, are actually diametrically opposed to the systems that we have put in place that are based on a set of belief systems that are actually erroneous, that are actually contrary to the true workings of the universe. So here we find ourselves in a situation in this country, especially because of those high ideals that we founded this country on. Our ancestors fought and died for to start a new nation of the people, by the people, and they had these great dreams, and we all carry those dreams, and we teach them to our children, and we say, yeah, we're Americans, and this is the land of the free and the home of the brave. Well, the reason we can't get there to those high ideals and to those places where we all aspire to be, and that where everyone, all our teachers, all our justice systems, all our parents, all of us are aspiring to that place and coming from our hearts to get to that place, but we're starting from a false foundation of misconception of the nature of the universe. And in my opinion, we can't get there from here. Being from Maine, old Bert and I said a very profound thing. You can't get there from here. And so I just want to throw that into the consciousness. And so as far as man-made law is concerned, I've never paid much attention to it, and I've taught my children not to, and I've taught them to honor their hearts and their spirits and to walk forward, and if it takes them in conflict with man-made law, to not get caught. Because the most important thing is to walk in alignment with your own heart. And I believe that the human spirit, the stronger the human spirit, the more likely a person is to walk outside of man-made law, because that spirit came here as a beautiful piece of the divine and a beautiful piece of a world in perfect balance, and did not come here to be controlled and told what to do and treated as though it is an ignorant, empty slate. That child, that spirit came here with a unique gift to bring to the planet. It knows what it came here to bring on a deep soul level, and its life is an unfolding of that gift. And when it's told what to do, when to do it, which we do from birth, from the minute our babies are born, we start to force them to fit in with when we feed them, what we feed them. We tell them that they have to fit in to survive. And a high-spirited, strong-spirited individual will say, I don't think so. I didn't come here to be controlled, and if you're going to tell me to do this, I'm going to do that. I have to do that. I can't do this because I didn't come here to be controlled. And so I feel that our punitive systems actually create criminals. They create liars. I mean, I watched my children from the outset. I mean, it's survival. If we're talking survival, you're not going to tell what you've done if you're going to be punished. I set up a system in my family. I don't punish. I've never punished. That's not even a concept in my family, because my children learn from their own actions. So I'm not going to insult them by punishing them. I mean, it's just not even something that's in my consciousness, or discipline, or anything else, because my children were treated with respect from the minute they were born, and they reflect back that respect to me and to their culture. And it may not look like it in our good girl, good boy framework that we've set up, but I honestly believe if you're really going to be true to your spirit, that when you show up as a good boy and good girl in this culture, you're actually going contrary to your spirit, because the rules of good girl, good boyness are actually antithetical to human nature and the natural balance of the world. So I just thought I'd throw that out to you guys for a little food for thought. And I want to just thank everybody so much for being here. And I also want to thank our 12 brave boys who have brought us here today. And the judicial system and the community at large, who have put us in this position of treating our children, our boys, our beautiful beings from our community in this manner, where they're now incarcerated in a horrific situation, so that we can come into our hearts and come forward and come together and look so deeply beyond the illusion of this reality that we've created, and come into alignment with the earth and with the land and with our hearts and with the true nature of things, and bring the beauty of the human potential to pass on earth, and with it peace on earth. Thank you.